Scorpio Divine Feminine. This is your reading for October to December 2018. As you can see, I've already shuffled and laid out the cards, and so we're going to go straight into it. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Strength card. So this is really indicating the overall energy here is the Scorpio feminine is really stepping into her true self and asking herself, what does that mean to her specifically? She's crafting her own soul and finding the strength to face her truth and to make that part of her path moving forward, and stepping really fully into who she is in a way that perhaps she hadn't been experiencing to this point. Now the Strength card is coming up a lot in personal readings that I'm doing. I really feel this is a sort of collective theme that's still being experienced since the Lion's Gate, with the lion in the North Node cycle that usually lasts at least 6 months, the effects from the eclipses that we all experience this summer. So this is still that collective theme where we're being really pushed to step into our truth, our authentic selves, and that's really about coming from a place of self-love. Because the strength is the lion, and strength specifically is in this card is referring to strength of heart, spiritual strength, and that's really what is being called for now for you beautiful Scorpio feminine energies. So underneath that, we have the Justice card. So I'm feeling that this is very much part of a karmic cycle that you're currently experiencing that needs to be completed. And this is something that you're working very hard on. 7 of Discs, you're really focused and determined to reach the top of the mountain, to you're following that light at the end of the tunnel. You really believe that that breakthrough is the reward. In quite a spiritual sense, there's this path that you're stepping onto, this cycle, this karmic cycle, where you're basically going to realize yourself. And I do feel, with the Knight of Cups underneath that, this is very much with regards to your emotions at the root of this and at the root of this path that you're on. So in the position of what to let go, the energy to let go, you have the King of Cups. And in the energy to receive, you have the 9 of Discs. So I am really feeling the message here is really that you're on that path of mastering your shadow self. You're facing your ego, really integrating and determined to master yourself, specifically in the realm of your emotions. This is a really difficult path. King is obviously about mastery, and 9 of Discs is about completion, specifically with regards to self-realization in your physical realm, both physically and materially. That realization that comes with a deep enlightenment, awakening. This is knowledge on a really deep level of yourself with regards to facing your ego and overcoming any behaviors or experiences that to this point you felt have impacted your life, and you're no longer willing to move forward living from those subconscious reactions or ways of being that are rooted in your subconscious deeper self, sort of animal nature, animal instincts and desires that you're really determined to overcome here. But I obviously, we all reach these moments, and I see that the energy to come is to embrace that, and you're definitely on that path where you will reach that inner knowing, that certainty about yourself and your path and your truth, and moving forward, where all aspects of you are going to feel very integrated and balanced. You're going to feel very balanced within yourself. But the energy yet to come is you're still in this place of indecision, this place of confusion. You're sort of torn between two potential paths, perhaps. Twos do relate to the High Priestess, though. So there is a message there to trust yourself, trust your inner guidance, trust your intuition. It is also, again, about facing your dark side, facing your subconscious, darkest emotions. And there's this sense of commencing a battle, being at the beginning of a battle, being ready to fight in this specific deck. I'm really getting that feeling coming through. And it's also very much a message about managing your thoughts and how important managing your thoughts and emotions, your thoughts and emotions that are, your thoughts and words that are rooted in emotions, and being mindful of that. That's a really strong message that's coming through, because you are actually creating your reality, as we all know by now, from the words that you choose. And they're more powerful. Specifically at this time, the message is really to be really careful and conscious and aware of your thoughts and your words, and to take care of those, because they really will create what you're experiencing more than ever at this time. And sort of tempering them, if you're facing this battle from a place of doubt and fear, that's basically how you will experience these challenges. I'm saying challenges because I do see 2 5s here, 5 of Wands and 5 of Swords. We're going to go into that now. But I do see that there is this challenge ahead, and the need for you to move forward very mindful about the way you're choosing to speak and think about the situation you're in, if that makes sense. I'm going to pull some clarifiers as well. Father of Air, so that's basically equivalent of King of Swords. And Mother Water, King of Cups, beautiful, which is also in your environment position here, so that's come out twice. Medicine Man, which is the equivalent of the Magician. Precisely what I'm saying. This power that you have right now to really create your reality, and being aware of 10, at the bottom of that deck we had 10 of Swords. So you're very much on a karmic cycle of completion at the moment, a cycle that's ready to be completed through whatever these challenges are that are coming up to be learned. And so to let go, clarify, 9 of Swords, again, this completion. So 8 of Swords, you've literally got 8, 9, 10 of Swords. It couldn't be clearer with the Tower. There's a really clear message here that you're basically building a new foundation. You're ready to close a cycle and to build a new one. It's a very spiritual path that you're on, a spiritual path towards self-realization. And you know that this battle is really, really important in the sense of learning these lessons around the challenges that you're experiencing. So 8, this feeling stuck, this confusion, anxiety, not sleeping at night, feeling really worried, and then leads to the 10, completion of that, hitting rock bottom. It literally cannot get any worse than this. My dearest Scorpios, on the positive front, this is really, really clearly stating that this cycle is ready for completion, and it really is now important for you to master your shadow self, master your emotions, step into your truth, speak your truth, be confident of who you are. And this Queen of Cups that is also in your environment position, this is really about creating the nurturing environment within which you are going to overcome these challenges. Really self-care, self-love, giving yourself all that love and attention and nurturing, and creating that environment towards which this self-realization, this overcoming of your challenges is going to unfold. So there is this moment of clarity, this huge breakthrough that is going to take place. And this really is about you understanding your power in the choices that you make, your power to speak your truth and make the decisions that you want to make. This is in the energy to receive, the Judgment card, which in this theme is featuring the Phoenix. So rising from the ashes, everything that is falling apart in your life right now are things that no longer serve you. You know this deep down. You're ready to shed these layers, this old way of being, this old way of feeling about yourself, that you are over it. It's done. This is, rebirth. We've got 10, completion. Whoops, that's interesting. 3 of air that came out. I picked up the wrong card. You obviously meant to have this message. So 3 of swords. This is doubt, grief, sadness, negative emotions. It's time to let go of these, to do the shadow work that's needed. And the lesson here is about making a decision that is true to you. The reason I'm saying that is because in the energy to receive, you have the 5 of Wands. And in the overall lesson, you have the 5 of Swords. So that's 2 5s. 5s correspond to the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is very much about societal structures and sort of limiting beliefs I'm feeling in this reading. If you think of, institutions such as a church or a school, that might mean something to some of you, religion, but it's really about what other people think, what society is conditioned to think, or how they would choose to act in whatever situation you find yourself. And so the 5 of Wands is really about someone who's in battle. However, it's also saying that battle's not over and do not give up. It's not over yet. You have not been defeated and you must not give up. That is really the message here, to have strength, to keep going, to break through, because you will break through. The 5 of Swords, again, challenges. 5s are always about challenges, but it's really the message about how are you going to face those challenges. And I feel that your answer, Magician, again, is that you create your own reality. You are going to fulfill what it is that you envision, what you desire. is going to unfold in the way that you imagine it. So again, how you move forward emotionally, how you feel about your situation is really important here. Justice, clarifying, the Five of Swords. Karmic justice will be completed through the lesson of the Five of Swords. And what is that lesson? The Five of Swords in this particular deck features Athena. It's inspired by Athena. There's very much a strong message for me coming through that you are protected, you are being supported on this path. Your challenges are recognized and your strength in fighting them is seen. And the way you will face these challenges successfully is through a very strategic, disciplined, civilized approach. Apologies. This is Five of Wands is about, if you think of that as like war, stepping into battle, Five of Swords is a much more calm, centered, balanced approach to whatever challenges you're facing. And it's also about having a higher perspective and the sort of broader acute vision that's needed, that sort of detached state of mind. And it's from that place that you will be able to move through this successfully and close this karmic cycle once and for all. But so much strength to you, Scorpio ladies. Whatever it is that you're fighting through at this moment, these are challenging cards, but remember who you are. That's the key message here. I'm going to pull an overall guidance card now from the Osho deck. Let's see what the final guidance is that needs to come through. And we have laziness. I'm not really feeling that one. Let me shuffle them again. I normally do shuffle them a little bit longer than that. I'm trying to feel what message could have been trying to come through there, if that was meant to be the message. Yeah, if anything, I would say don't be lazy. Not that I can ever imagine Scorpios being so. But specifically in this situation, I think it's just mirroring those cards that are telling you that it's really time to step up into this battle and to take action and not to sit around allowing things to just happen. You know, it's really a message about taking action at this time. Try one more go at this. Let's see what wants to come out. Completion. So yes, this does reflect that cycle coming to close, this message of a karmic justice. 21. I'm going to read it directly from the Osho deck. Sorry, there's like some sort of police cars outside. I don't know if you can hear that. It's very loud. So this is the equivalent of the World card in the traditional tarot deck. So strong message here, which I feel is really reflected in the Nine of Discs as well. Really does remind me of the World card in the sense of reaching a completion, full balance within yourself, being very integrated in all aspects of yourself, and completion of a cycle. That's really the message coming through here. So, from Osho, this is the way of Zen, not to say things to their completion. This has to be understood. It's a very important methodology. Not to say everything means to give an opportunity to the listener to complete it. All answers are incomplete. The master has only given you a direction. By the time you reach the limit, you'll know what's going to remain. This way, if someone's trying to understand Zen intellectually, he will fail. It's not an answer to the question, but something more than the answer. It is indicating the very reality. The Buddha nature is not something far away. Your very consciousness is Buddha nature, and your consciousness can witness these things which constitute the world. The world will end, but the mirror will remain, mirroring nothing. Here the last piece of the jigsaw puzzle is being put into place. The position of the third eye, the place of inner perception. Even in the ever-changing flow of life, there are moments in which we come to a point of completion. In these moments, we're able to perceive the whole picture, the composite of all the small pieces that have occupied our attention for so long. In the finishing, we can either be in despair because we didn't want that situation to end, or we can be grateful and accept the fact that life is full of endings and new beginnings. Whatever has been absorbing your time and energy is now coming to an end. In completing it, you'll be clearing the space for something new to begin. Use this interval to celebrate both, the end of the old and the coming of the new. It's a really positive message here to end on that note. I love it because, yes, there's this real message of rising from the ashes here, and everything that you're experiencing as a challenge is really about perspective here. And I know deep down this is a destruction of things that are no longer serving you, and you know that it's time to let go of that way of being and step into this beautiful, beautiful new beginning, this beautiful new path where you've realized this state of understanding and this broader perspective that you will have on what you're experiencing right now. Sending you so much love, Scorpio, divine feminines, and do listen to the masculine as well. These are obviously not related to gender, but masculine and feminine energies. And this is obviously a general reading, so do get in touch if you want a more personalized reading for your own situation. Much love for now.